going on YouTube? This is Ben. This is my first channel, first video. I want to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for checking out my channel. Basically, the premise of this video and of this channel is going to be about cars. We're going to be talking about inside, outside, how fast they go. We're going to be talking about what they look like, what they cost, how you clean them, all that. So please stay tuned. Please subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up if you think this video is decent. If it's okay, you know it's my first one, so I definitely got room for improvement. But I thank you. So check it out. So the 2017 Camaro LT 2.0 Turbo comes with a pretty nice interior. It is the base model, so it doesn't have all the glitz and glamour of the SS or the 2SS or even the RS, but it has pretty good features. Here we have the infotainment system, or the main control for the radio. Over here you have your standard cluster, the two analog, the RPMs and the speedometer, the gas and the temperature. In the middle you have, I guess, information center for the car, trip, your fuel, oil, tire pressure, all that good stuff in there. Battery, coolant temperature, oil temperature. For a turbo, that is actually good to have the oil temperature, so you can start getting into it when you're at a optimal oil temperature for your turbos, or just the car in general. You got your G-force. G-force is just that. And see how many G-forces you can get. And then your speedometer. Down here you have your main controls for your temperature. Nothing too extravagant there. One cool thing is here, to turn your temperature up and down, you turn it left and right. You spin this one, see, as it go up and down. And then if you come over on this side, this is actually for the fan speed. Automatic. It does have the manual where you can shift it manually. It's still controlled by the computer, but you know, give you a little bit of something. Here you have your modes. These modes control, and when you press this, we have traction control in your mode for your throttle. So when you press that, you can put it in sport mode, which gives you a little bit more, it tightens up your steering, and it gives you a little bit more throttle response to hold RPM. You have tour, that's for when you're cruising around, throttle's not as responsive, and the steering wheel is loose. And then you have your snow and ice. That way you don't spin out. It is a rear wheel drive car, so you want to have the snow and ice in when you have, well, snow and ice. Or rain if you feel like you're gonna slide around. What that does is just reduce the throttle response, so if you get on it real hard, it still won't accelerate too aggressively. This one actually has electric parking. Pull up, engage to park. As you can see right there on the dash, park. And then you gotta press the brake and push down to disengage it. Cup holders. Seats are pretty comfortable. I don't have the leather package, being that this is the base. So I just kind of have regular seats. The rear extension is not standard. What I did was I actually took a fabric pen and I colored each individual stitch all around. Took forever. I did it in the back. Back seats are pretty much like a coupe. I don't really think you have an option for a third person back there. It doesn't have any vents in the back. Have a little cup thing. Two cup holders. Ooh, that's dirty. My armrest. Steering wheel has your shift paddles. I like those when I'm in manual mode. That's actually pretty cool. Pretty responsive. When you're in manual, you really get a lot of pep, a real instant response to your throttle versus when you're in automatic. So here you have your cruise control. You have your voice recognition or commands. You have this is for your center dash that I showed earlier. That's how you navigate that. 50th anniversary. It's not the 50th anniversary edition of the car, but I got a 50 on the steering wheel. I'll take that. Favorite channels, or for if you have your streaming music or your CarPlay. This is for your volume, and that's pretty much it. Oh, I think the mirror is really cool actually. It's kind of like, doesn't have a large bezel around it, so it's like all glass. As you can see in the back or through the mirror, the visibility isn't the best, but they get the job done. I don't have a sunroof, so I don't have a sunroof to show, but other than that, that is the inside of the vehicle. If I navigate over here, power door lock, windows. They're automatic up and down, so that's nice. Has really nice, this is like a leather, so that's really nice touch for a car, especially being in a base model. You don't get too much of any leather. And you have it on the armrest as well on both sides. Trunk release down there, armrest. That's it. So let's get under the hood, shall we? So what we have here is a 2.0 4-cylinder turbo. I know turbos are not what you expect to hear when you talk about a Camaro, but it's not bad. I guess one caveat is good on gas. You get the turbo sound, but you don't get that V8 rumble, which I really do miss. But you get 275 horsepower, you get 295 foot-pounds of torque. And the car is very light, so with it being so light and it reduced so much weight in this Gen 6 model, that you really don't feel as though the 4-cylinder is struggling too much. That's the engine in a nutshell. So the car is keyless entry. This button here locks and unlocks the door, same as the passenger side. It's a button under here, right under here, pop the trunk. As you can see, I use my trunk. The space, however, is not that big. The opening for the trunk is not that big, so you have to be strategic in what you put in here. But the trunk itself is pretty spacious once you get the stuff in there, if you can get past the opening. Safety first, kids. Got your pull lock, glow in the dark. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell for the 2017 LT 2.0 turbo.